captures the mystical quality. I sort of like to think of it like a spiritual messenger, and of course the coyote has so much lore to it in a lot of cultures. It was snowing so hard, and there were 2 or 3 coyotes came by that day, and I followed them around the house, and I took that from the window, and just at the last minute I held the camera in one hand and tapped on the window to get him to look at me. The first coyote I shot was in Sedona about 5 years ago. Ro and I were up on a top of a mesa we'd hiked, and this coyote just came across in front of us. In fact, it was the first one I'd ever seen really up close in the wild. Flower. For me, it's almost all nature and landscapes. And of course, getting out west, there's no shortage of subjects. When you see it on the screen, or you print an 8x10, you still don't really see the picture until you get it bigger. This is of course the famous Delicate Arch in Utah. I don't do a lot of presetting of my camera, so I prefer to do it afterwards, after I take the shot. Once digital really took off, my first digital camera was a 1 megapixel, and you really can't print much from there above 4x6. Made me want to just be out all the time in nature, want to be at the river, up in the mountains, looking for that shot. It was literally like taking the chains off and getting rid of all the rules and all the technical aspects of photography. To be able to go out and shoot as many shots as you wanted and never run out of film, and then to be able to make those corrections on the computer. To me, it made it more creative. I know when digital first came out, people thought it took some of the art out of it, but to me it enabled the photographer more control to get exactly the vision that you want when you shoot it, and in a lot of cases to make it truer to what you saw. I always like trees growing in improbable places, amongst all that stone and rock, how they survive. The aspens below were shining through the ones at the level we were at, and it really made a nice effect of backlighting. I like this shot just because it's tough to tell in this lighting, but the lake and the trees were very similar shades of green.